Good morning. My name's Jane Wonnacott, and my job, first of all, this morning is to welcome everybody here today on behalf of the group of us that have been organising this conference, this day that is a day that we've organised to be in honour of Tony Morrison and his work. We've been so pleased with the response to this conference, but I suppose probably not entirely surprised. We know Tony had such a huge impact on so many people across all the professions here represented today. So, in a way, I suppose it was what we would have expected as well as hoped for. We're particularly pleased and honoured that Tony's family are here. Jackie, Chris, Anna and James are joining us for the day. Might not be the easiest day for them, but I do hope that together we can all do Tony's memory proud, and that we can use today to provide a springboard for moving things forward. I'm really meant to be here covering practicalities first of all, but I think before I do that, I also want to say that one of the things that certainly Tony and I had talked about right at the beginning of this year was what an exciting time it was potentially for supervision in social work, particularly because of the work of the Social Work Task Force, now the Reform Board, and also the work that we'd been engaged with the Children's Workforce Development Council, developing supervision materials for the supervisors of newly qualified social workers. I suppose for many of us it's particularly sad that at a time when it feels as though there are real opportunities for moving forward with supervision, and a lot of the things that Tony has been talking about for a long time have begun to become much more into the mainstream, and perhaps are now expected practice as we move forward rather than hoped for practice. I think it's particularly sad that he's not here to see those changes move forward. But I think what we all know is that his legacy is something that we can hang on to as we move forward, and that's what we want today to be about. Just something else about why this conference and why today. When we were talking at the beginning of this year about supervision, Tony and I were talking about setting up 2 conferences in June of this year, and in fact one of those conferences we had booked to be at this venue, so it seemed particularly fitting that this conference should be on Tony's home ground and at the venue that we had both planned to have a conference earlier this year. The other thing is that when we were thinking about speakers for the original conferences, we had this wish list of speakers, and certainly David Howell was top of the wish list of speakers that Tony was wanting to ask. But I think it was typical of Tony's integrity that he knew that David was an examiner for his PhD, and until that whole process was over, he said, we can't possibly ask David to speak at a conference while he's an examiner for my PhD. So we held back on asking David. So it's absolutely brilliant that David is here today, and we're really pleased about that. I think probably that is enough by way of general introduction. Just a few things that I wanted to mention. Graham, our artist, is going to just say a couple of words in a minute because he's going to be recording the day. The other thing to say is that we have got this book which will be on the table outside this conference hall, and it's an opportunity for people to write tributes to Tony from whatever they want to write really in this book, and it'll be something that we can give to Tony's family at the end of the day. So it's out there if you would like to write something in that, that would be great. We are actually recording today. You don't say video recording anymore, do you? DVD recording today. And the main purpose of that, we need to tell you that in case you have any problems with any of contributions from the floor being DVD'd. Then one of the reasons we're doing that is that people in Australia and Canada had asked us, could we do a live link from today, because so many people wanted to feel part of today. I think that was slightly beyond us, but what we're doing is we're recording today, and we will make that DVD available to people in Australia, Canada, those people that really wanted to be part of today. So that's why we're recording today. Before I hand over to the chair, I think Graham is just going to explain a little bit about the artwork.
Thanks, Jane. Good morning, everyone. Oh, good morning. That's better. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, my name is, and this is a bit high for me actually. My name is indeed, it's okay, is Graham Ogilvie. You're going to give me the giggles. And I have a very unusual job. I'm an artist, and what I'm going to be doing all day today is recording your ideas and your inputs as a series of pictures. And I've just begun to do that over on the back wall over there. And throughout the day, I'll be building up a gallery of images right the way around this room based upon the things that you'll be talking about. So everything in this gallery will be said by somebody in this room. And we're going to be using this as your feedback tool, because you'll see there are lots of little sticky thumbs. These are little post-it sticky thumbs. Really, really simple. And all you do is walk around the gallery, and if it's something that resonates with you, you simply stick on thumbs. There's no color code, you don't have to write anything. If you think it's an important message, you stick on thumbs. All there is to it. And then after the event, we'll be using the top 20 or so pictures, and we'll be redoing them in glorious Technicolor, which will go into the CD, go down the website, and be available for you to use. So it's kind of giving you a real tangible tool, something to leave here with and spread the message in a really easily understood way. Okay, is that clear as mud? Okay, thank you. And I'm actually standing on my tiptoes here. So hello Australia and Canada as well. Have a great day.